Dick's Sporting Goods has gone on record saying that they are removing assault rifles and rifles from their stores across the country in the wake of the Florida shootings that happened recently. I think this is fantastic. Did you guys see the tweets that were going on Twitter from Dick's Sporting Goods?
Yeah, I saw the tweets and I watched the video in the link of the CEO, explaining why he was doing it and why he thought it was important. And I say, good riddance to the assault rifles.
Right.
Like, there's no reason why somebody needs to own a weapon of that caliber. And for people to say, oh, they're taking away our guns. No, we don't want to take away your guns. We just want to take away the ones that happen to be killing hundreds and hundreds of kids in schools.
I want to take away the guns.
Yeah, okay, Brooke wants to take away the guns, that's fine.
I think the hunting for sport is so weird.
Right.
And I know that a lot of people are gonna be like, but I think killing for sport is weird. It's like people, I don't know, it's like buying bugs and stomping on them for fun. I don't know, it's weird to me. I've never been able to get it. I don't get it. I don't get it, it's scary, it's weird.
A lot of people don't get it, Brooke.
And guns are terrifying to me.
Right.
They are. And when I'm not talking about people who are protecting themselves or people who are hunting for food to eat. Just people who like to shoot things for fun. That is weird to me.
Well,
I'm sorry.
You're not. Hundreds upon hundreds of people share your exact sentiment. They had removed guns, assault rifles from their stores back in 2012 after Sandy Hook, and now they're eradicating all guns. I think from
semi-automatic weapons.
Semi-automatic, exactly.
Yeah. Temporarily.
Right, and they're headquartered in Pennsylvania, which is a very gun-supportive state, if you will. Right. They went on the record and said, "We support and respect the Second Amendment, and we recognize and appreciate that the vast majority of gun owners in this country are responsible, law-abiding citizens. But we have to help solve the problem that's in front of us." They also said that thoughts and prayers are not enough. And when they said that, I thought, yes, thank you. The reason why I brought up Twitter was because this is a company that has joined the ranks of a lot of retailers and companies across the country that have disassociated themselves from the NRA. You had Delta, Hertz. I mean, the list is growing exponentially daily. And they know the backlash that can come from this because, as you said, people... Hunting's a pastime for people in the Midwest, back east, parts of California. Grace?
Well, and also let's not forget that the Parkland shooter did purchase a weapon from a Dick's Sporting Goods. Now, it wasn't the weapon that was used in the attack, but when that information came to the forefront, a lot of people were talking about it. And the shooter was able to get this weapon completely legally. And Dick's went on record saying that we followed all the necessary guidelines, all the checks and balance system that we have in place, but yet this person was still able to legally obtain a weapon from our establishment.
Right.
That makes us call into question, what are we selling here? What can we do to cause a positive change in the wake of this tragedy? And they had pulled the assault rifles after Sandy Hook, and so it's kind of a strange story because I remember reading about this in 2012 when this happened, but it seems as though they pulled it from, I guess, like a different part of the store, but then they also had their
new line of stores.
There's like a new line of stores specifically for hunting, and now they're pulling those. Yeah, Field and Stream, and now they're pulling assault weapons from that as well. So I guess it's sort of like a twofold story. I think that they're doing the right thing given the evidence that was presented to them that they were selling a weapon to someone who absolutely brought harm and death to others. It wasn't the weapon that was used, but the point being is that there aren't enough checks and balances in place at the government level, at that regulation level, so that private businesses are going to make steps to change that on their own. I think that's great.
That's kind of exactly what they were saying. Like, hey, we followed all the rules, but we realized the rules aren't good enough.
Right.
Exactly.
Preach. He when you talk about that the gunman of Florida purchased a gun from Dick's, their whole I guess thought and their feeling, which is rightfully so, is that listen, we don't want to be part of this narrative anymore. We don't want to be associated, attached to this in any way, shape, or form. And I don't think that's bad, but you do have some people who are upset that, like I said, a lot of these corporations are pulling out. Lieutenant Governor Casey Cagle of the state of Georgia says that they will kill any tax legislation that benefits Delta unless the company changes its position and fully reinstates its relationship with the NRA, meaning Delta has taken a hard, cold stance against the NRA, saying we're done, we're not gonna reissue, our discounts are gone, any kind of Delta perks that you have working for NRA are abolished. And they're saying, hey, well then fine, we're not gonna fund Delta in any way, shape, or form if you don't reinstate that. I don't understand why. We get, at the end of the day, it's about money. Yes, ladies, it's about money. The NRA, it's all about money. So what I don't understand, I've said this here many times, is why can't these companies or the NRA realize that these are people dying? It goes beyond owning a gun. It goes beyond having the right to bear arms. Isn't a human life more important than that?
I mean, yes, it is, but I think these corporations that are making billions of dollars, they don't care about that. They're cared about their dollar. But I think what's really cool here in this situation is that CEOs of these companies that everyday people like us use are taking the initiative to cut ties or to take assault rifles out of their stores. And I think that shows that they still do have some power. We still do have some power. We have money. We can spend it at those stores. Like I don't necessarily buy guns, but maybe I'll go to Dick's to buy my spandex that I wear for working out or my running shoes. Right. So we have power in this situation to give our dollar to those places that are aligned with what we believe in, and that are doing the right thing by changing policies, changing the age that a kid needs to be to buy a gun. And although it isn't perfect, I think this is a huge step in the right direction.
Yeah, in a capitalist society, money talks. And so you want to be aware of what you're saying with your money when you make those purchases. And that can carry out into like a vast number of different types of companies. But specifically, if we're talking about the NRA, let's use our money to put your money where your mouth is, basically. And that's what a lot of companies are doing.
This is a change that is also going to be good for business. I mean, just take a look at social media and the reaction to it, just like exactly what you just said. And I think like we are in this day and age where the good people, I don't want to say good people are bad, good, it's not good against bad, but where the people who haven't had the voice, people are realizing that, hey, they have money too. And their money means a lot too. And over the history of this country, doing the right thing always pisses people off. There's people who are still furious that same-sex marriage is legal. There are people who are
like
still furious.
How dare they?
Two people in this room.
How dare they?
There are people who are still furious that they freed the slaves. Like this is just what happens in this country. Sometimes doing the right thing pisses people off. But I mean, look at even just diversity on television, and for the reason that hadn't been a thing for so long wasn't because every network was racist. It was because they had decided that diversity didn't bring in viewers. And it started to become a change when they started to see that, it does, and it brings in money. And so I think Dick's realized that not only is this a good moral decision, but also this is gonna make a lot of people happy. This is good for business as well.
I'm going to marinate on what Brooke Thomas just said for just a second.
What did I just say?
Because you're so on the money. That's so on the money. Another thing that was, everything you just said was right, Brooke. I mean, I'm sure there's people watching that agree with you 100%. Another thing that was really shocking was Walmart. Walmart, which, okay, listen, I have a love-hate relationship with Walmart only because where I'm from, there's 9 super Walmarts. They're open 24 hours a day. There's a McDonald's and a Starbucks in all of them.
And a nail salon.
And a nail salon. That nail salon be
nail
hot.
And hair salon,
hot, and you can go whenever you want to get some Suave lotion or the Equates their brand. It's open. Roll up in there. But they went on the record and said, in light of recent events, we've taken an opportunity to review our policy on firearm sales. And going forward, we are raising the age restriction for purchase of firearms and ammunition to 21 years of age. We will update our processes as quickly as possible to implement this change. Now, do you guys think that raising the age to 21 is gonna make a difference?
I mean, this guy was 19, right?
Yeah.
So possibly.
Yeah.
He had a vast collection. When I read the article from the people who had taken him in and the number of guns and cats, but that's another story. But the number of guns that were in that home was shocking to me because I didn't grow up around that. And I'm not saying that it was terrible or was bad, or it just was surprising to me that he had this collection of guns that he legally owned.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it'll help in a big, huge way that everybody can see, but I think that change like this starts with something small. This may not be the law or the policy that completely, changes everything and makes it so there's no more school shootings, but it's a small start, and I'm very, very happy that there's these companies that are, making these changes because obviously it takes a while for our government to do anything. So I'm honestly just really happy that even if it is such a small thing that maybe seems insignificant, maybe in 10 years it won't be insignificant. It will be the start to the change.
It's always a small steps equal a great distance. So you guys have it, ladies. Inspiring. Let us know what you guys think. And when we come back, we're going to talk about a former employee who has come forward to talk about her account of sexual assault at the hands of Ryan Seacrest. Don't go way back in a moment.